Hello and welcome. In this video session we will have an overview of JavaScript. This is the list of topics we will be discussing. What is JavaScript? Usage of JavaScript. We'll draw an comparison of JavaScript and Java. We'll see the relation between JavaScript and ECMA, that is European Association for Standardizing Information and Communication Systems, JavaScript version and supported browser versions, an example of JavaScript in browser version testing. First of all, we will see what is a script. A script is an executable list of commands like macro or batch file. Script can be categorized in two: server-side scripts and client-side scripts. PHP, ASP, Java server pages, these are example of server-side scripting languages, and JavaScript is an example of client-side scripting. What is JavaScript? JavaScript is a cross-platform object-oriented scripting language. It is created by Netscape programmer Brendan Eich. First released in September 1995. The name of the language at that time was LiveScript, which was part of the Netscape Navigator 2.0. In December 4, 1995, it was renamed as JavaScript. Mostly JavaScript works on client side, but development is in progress so that JavaScript can also be utilized for server side programming. It is basically designed for use on web pages, and it is closely integrated with HTML. Applications created by JavaScript can be executed in any browser, any modern browser like Internet Explorer, Opera, Firefox, Google Chrome and others. JavaScript is submitted to ECMA International and it is named as ECMA script. This image will give you an understanding of how JavaScript works. User sends a request to the user agent. Like any web browser, it goes to web server, and from web server response comes back to user agent. From user agent it comes to user. So basically the role of JavaScript is played here only between user and user agent, but as we have said that development is in progress so that JavaScript can be utilized on the web server also. Now we will see control the appearance of elements on your web page. One of the main roles of JavaScript. Web page is a collection of several individual elements which are called as objects, or sometimes it is referred also as nodes. JavaScript is capable of controlling the appearance of many objects. For example, if you want to add or remove some HTML elements in an existing web page, you can do that with JavaScript. Response user actions. JavaScript control objects against various actions taken by user. These are called as events. Because of this feature, JavaScript is widely used to enhance the user interactivity. It is used to display various date-time format, like retrieve the date and time of your computer's clock, enabling to display various formatting of date time through its internal date object. JavaScript is also used to perform various calculations, like perform wide variety of mathematical calculations. It has got a library of all the mathematical constants and functions. Another very significant use of JavaScript is to validate form data. JavaScript is used to validate form data in HTML forms before sending it to the server. It can detect the error and generate an alert or prompt to the user immediately. It is used extensively to create cookies. A cookie is a mechanism in a web browser where a simple text sent to the visitor's computer. Cookies are not executable. JavaScript can store information in the form of cookies on visitor's computer. Reuse stored information automatically next time when the user visits the same page. It is also used to detect visitor's browser. It can detect the browser and the version of the browser. It loads the appropriate page for that specific browser. This feature is very important and used widely because web pages in certain cases they are designed specifically for several browsers. So if you can detect which browser it is, then we can serve the appropriate content. JavaScript is used with dynamic HTML also. Dynamic HTML or DHTML is a collection of technologies. It is used to make the web pages interactive, like animation or styling. So it's a combination of JavaScript, HTML, document object model and CSS. Now we will see the difference and similarities, if any, between JavaScript and Java. JavaScript and Java are two different programming languages. First of all, they are not the same. Basically, technically saying, JavaScript is a programming language, whereas JavaScript is a scripting language. Java is a server-side and static type language. JavaScript, whereas, is a client-side dynamically typed language. Java programs are compiled on the server. Java programs run on almost every platform without distribution of source code. Scripts like JavaScript written in JavaScript are placed inside an HTML document and interpreted by the browser. Syntax, reserved words of JavaScript and Java are also different. So this table is a comparison between JavaScript and Java. JavaScript is used to front-end web development, for example field level validation in an HTML form. Java is used as a back-end language within a web environment. JavaScript is interpreted, not compiled by client. Java, whereas, compiled bytecodes downloaded from server, executed on client side. JavaScript is object oriented, no distinction between types of objects. Inheritance is through the prototype mechanism, and properties and methods can be added to any object dynamically. Java is also object oriented, but it is class based. Objects are divided into classes and instances with all inheritance through the class hierarchy. Classes and instances cannot have properties or methods added dynamically. In JavaScript, variable data types not declared, which is referred as loose typing. In case of Java, data types must be declared, as Java maintains strong type checking. JavaScript cannot automatically write to hard disk. Java also cannot automatically write to hard disk. Now we will see the relation between these two, JavaScript and ECMA. JavaScript is a cross-platform object-oriented scripting language developed by Netscape. Netscape was working with European Computer Manufacturers Association. ECMA is an international standard association for information and communication systems. This version of JavaScript is called ECMA script. The first version of ECMA standard was documented in the ECMA 262 specification. The ECMA 262 standard is also approved by ISO. Another thing I would like to mention here, that is ECMA is not responsible to maintain JavaScript only. There are several other programming languages like IFL or She Has is also maintained by ECMA. This is a table describing different JavaScript versions, their release dates and support from various browser versions. So you can see first version of JavaScript, that is JavaScript 1.0, it was released in March 1996 and supported by Netscape Navigator and IE 3.0. Version 1.1 released in August 1996. Netscape Navigator 3.0 used to support this. JavaScript version 1.2 released in June 1997 and Netscape Navigator version 4.0 to 4.05 supported this. In our tutorials we have used JavaScript version 1.5, which is released in November 2000. It is supported by, as you can see, most of the modern web browsers. The latest version of JavaScript is 1.8.2 as of this writing. It is released in June 22, 2009. But the 1.5 version is the most stable one and widely used. In our tutorials in the site, we have covered JavaScript 1.5 version in detail, and along with that we have covered all the additions or modifications made in these versions. In the last part of this session, this is a simple script which tests JavaScript browser version. We'll run this file. So it shows that supported JavaScript version is 1.8. This browser is Firefox 4.0. If we run it with Google Chrome, supported version is 1.7. We'll try to run it on IE 8 also. So in IE 8 the supported version is 1.3. This is the code behind the script. It's a simple script written to detect the version supported by your web browser. So with this we'll conclude our video session. And to summarize, we have covered the following topics in this video session. What is JavaScript, usage of JavaScript, JavaScript and Java, JavaScript and ECMA, JavaScript version and supported browser versions. Example of JavaScript in browser of various versions. So this is the end of this video, and thanks for watching.